Munster started the thing at the time. Munster started the thing at the time just to keep players connected with the old school. They'd started bringing mentors to the game. So Killian Keane had come to a game, an away game, and taken the role very seriously and chatted to all the young players. And John Kelly had come, Keith Wood had come. But in this weekend, Mick Galway came to the game, and just thoroughly just enjoyed himself. Had a few drinks here and there. There was obviously a few Alacadoos at the game as well. He went out with them. But I just remember for the few days, actually before we went, David Walsh, who had written Lawrence Delalio's autobiography, rang me and he said, "Look, I know you're playing Perpignan this weekend. The year Wasps won the European Cup, Delalios, they played Perpignan, but I think they had to get a bonus point win, or they did get a bonus point win, but they went out to Perpignan a day early. So I think they went on the Wednesday instead of the Thursday, and spent time in the village, in the town of Perpignan, and really wanted to let the people know they were there and they were there to do a job. That's why they went out early, and they ended up beating Perpignan in Perpignan when Perpignan were really strong, and got a bonus point win and went on to win the European Cup. So at that stage, when he told me it was Tuesday, so there was nothing we weren't going to change our flights and gone out a day earlier, but I said it to Pat Geraghty, and we ended up bringing a massive box with Munster flags and Munster keyrings and Munster hats and Munster scarves. And I remember on the Friday we went into the village, had coffees, and we just gave out loads of flags and scarves and keyrings and hats and all that. And when we were arriving at the game, loads of the Perpignan fans were waving them, along with their own Perpignan stuff as well. But Mick Galway had come to the game, and I just remember everyone at all the meals sitting around his table and just uproarious laughter as he was telling all the stories, and having a few drinks, and just I suppose Munster were best when we were like that. I suppose when it was quite serious, when we were a little bit like a Wimbledon team as well, we could be very not serious as well. And I think Declan Kidney used to, I suppose, encourage that, even though it was Tony McGann was coach at the time. But I remember having a great feeling going into the game, that we'd had a great few days. It had been great fun. Jean de Villiers had been dropped. It was the first time in his life he had ever been dropped, and he was devastated, and he was so determined. And he came off the bench and scored an unbelievable try. And I remember ROG put a great little grubber through for Dougie to get the bonus point. And Denis Leamy was the best player. It was like under 12s rugby, where there's one player on the pitch who's way better than everyone else. I remember Denis Leamy was like that day, and he got injured in the 80th minute of the game. I remember waking up the next morning on Sunday afterwards, waking up thinking, Leamy is playing so well, we could actually win the European Cup this year. I think it might have been 2010 actually, and I heard he had the knee injury then, which was an osteochondral defect, which was a pretty tough injury, which would have bugged him for the rest of his career, and he was out for a long time after it. But Mick Galway, I remember, came down at half time and gave a speech to the players. He wasn't supposed to be there, but his teeth were covered in wine and everything at the time, and he spoke really well. And I remember sitting down. We had a lot of South Africans with us at the time. I remember Vian Dupree saying after the game, he said, "Who is this guy that has been with us for the last?" And he speaks at half time. But that was just a great week, and we played great rugby. We got our bonus point win over there, which was a very rare thing at the time, and there's just a bit of madness in it as well. And that's a day that always stands out in my mind as well.
I remember.